I enjoy entertaining myself at other people's expense, especially when it comes to those that have allowed this situation to be a thing. The fact of their job titles, that's just my bonus. So, last night I sent Mary Summers this nice email from my Outlook email account. And it explained why I filed a judicial complaint against Judge Nancy and Judge Sonia. Why I filed complaints against every organization that homeless advocacy in Clark County. And but I forgot to include one thing. I forgot to include the nice doctor up at the Memorial Urgent Care Clinic who told me I never had a brain bleed in Portland. And the reason I was telling Mary all this last night was to explain why I was filing complaints against everybody in Clark County and why I kept telling her I wanted to sue the county. Because when an individual's situation legitimately includes law enforcement, judges, social workers, licensed clinicians, and doctors, that pretty much covers a county, especially when it's all in one county. So that's why I was breaking it down to her and explaining why I was screaming about wanting to sue the county and why I was filing reports against everybody in Clark County. Now, a couple of days ago, I explained to my ex-boyfriend, Paul Michael, that before I came back from Hawaii, I had never filed any kind of reports or complaints. I have never. So I don't have a history of filing complaints or reports. And in just a year and a half, I have filed probably a total of 50. And they all regard this one particular situation. Different aspects of my human trafficking case. So, I'm not going to quit filing complaints. I'm now informing people of the complaints I file against them and why in my YouTube videos. Today's complaint is actually going to be against Catherine Larkin and Officer Tyler and Columbia River Mental Health. Because my Columbia River mental health workers, well, they were supposed to be advocating for me because they came to me as I was screaming about my rape video last time I was camped here. And as their friends, my county workers lied about their clients that I had reports on. And I was explaining all this and showing my Columbia River mental health worker these pictures and proof of this. Not once did she step up to actually address it, knowing damn well it puts my mental well-being, my safety, and my rights at risk. And this was my Columbia River mental health worker. I even asked her, I said, Mary Summers, can you ask Sheila Andrews why when I was camped out at City Hall last time screaming about my rape video, and I sent her a video of me holding a knife to my wrist, why she never checked on me, called, or even reported it? And Mary Summers seemed appalled that Sheila would do such a thing. Yet, she never asked Sheila why. And she never addressed it. And see, I told Mary Summers that when I sent this to Sheila Andrews and Adam Kravitz, it wasn't because I was actually suicidal. They had ignored so much with my situation. And I was in such a highly traumatized state publicly, where I was screaming about my rape video and my workers breaking laws to protect those who watch it, right outside of City Hall. So I figured I would do a test. And I explained this to Mary. But apparently, because Mary Summers is good friends with Sheila Andrews, she didn't bother to ask her. And that's not a very good Columbia River mental health worker. So, I'm going to file against Columbia River Mental Health with Mary Summers, Catherine Larkin, because after she took the assault report when I was punched 8 times in my head, about 3 months ago, I sent her this stuff, case information, and I asked her to check on it. And she said she would, and she would get back to me. And then she ignored me and refused to communicate with me afterwards. So I'm going to file one on Catherine Larkin today, one on Mary Summers, and one on Tyler. And why Tyler? Because he told me to go file a police report I had already filed with police that I have a DOJ report on, for threatening to rape me and shoot me because I wanted to sue them, because they were refusing to allow me to file reports. So, by his inability to do proper investigation, it almost put me in a position, if I wouldn't have been thinking, where I would have been walking right back in to Multnomah, where I have a DOJ report against Multnomah. So that's why I'm filing against Tyler today. After I make these 3 complaints, I will post them in my community in the post, and I will email them to the individuals I'm filing against. The fact that I actually have to do any of this, that's what's retarded. So, I entertained myself this morning with informing Adam Kravitz of Outsiders In of his DOJ report. Posted why I filed the DOJ report and the actual DOJ report number, so that way he can look it up himself. Anyways, good morning, Clark County. Have a beautiful Tuesday.